We've been telling the story of the American farmer for over a decade now, and it's a pretty amazing story. A story that's changed our lives.
It really has. Since we started doing this, we've heard over and over again that farmers need to be sharing their stories.
Yeah. When Growing America first started, we were doing local and state farm news online.
Way before it was cool. Don't know if it's cool, but...
Still not sure if it's cool, right? Our passion was never news, though. It was always the story of the farmers that we were talking with. And after that very first story we filmed, and after that response that we got, we've been moving this direction.
And we are so ready for the next chapter.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we've been thinking a lot lately about what a life is worth. What is encouraging that farmer that's just worn out and thinking it's just not worth it anymore worth? What's inspiring the next generation to invest their lives in agriculture worth? So as we move into this next chapter, we're going to be solely focused on telling the story of the American farmer.
And we're going to be doing it big.
Bigly.
We're going to continue to encourage future generations to get involved and stay involved in agriculture.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to share the real stories that have literally saved lives. Individual farm families aren't equipped to capture and share their story in a way that connects with people. We are.
And we want to make a real difference for farmers, for ranchers, for this generation and the next, for our kids' kids.
We really hope that you join us. We hope that you'll be a part of changing the narrative for today's farmers, a part of bringing along the next generation, a part of encouraging and inspiring this one, a part of remembering those gone before.
Yeah. Growing America Stories is our passion, and it always will be. We love telling the story of the American farmer. But part of our wider vision is to engage a broader audience. We plan on doing that by telling the story of American farm families.
4 of them.
4 of them. In this first season, the first family I think we want to introduce you to is Becca and Jared Creasy.
And Finley.
And Finley.
We are a first-generation family farm business.
I wanted to be involved from the soil up. I wanted to be able to raise livestock and sell a higher quality meat directly to the consumer.
I spent almost a decade in the corporate ag space and worked in higher ed and in public service and realized that that wasn't the life for me.
We wouldn't trade this life for anything in the world.
The kitchen is where memories are made. It's where families are formed. It's where faith is fostered, and it's where we love spending time together. And it all centers around good quality food that we raise ourselves.
This is our story.
We're super excited for you to get to know them.
Yeah. Our second couple is Shun and Stay Benford. And Shun, I think the best way to describe him is contagious smile, contagious laugh. Like,
Yeah.
there's no one that compares
I'm
to
finding
Shun
it hard
Benford.
not to laugh like right now.
Just thinking
Like,
about
happy
his laugh.
$100 breakdown here, and I got rain coming tonight, so the aggravating part is waiting on my wife to bring me a belt right now so I can get back going.
I started farming on my own in 1997. Wheat crop, 97 bushels to the acre. Wheat beans, 5 bushels to the acre. I was bankrupt in 98. Learned a lot that year.
I'm an introverted hippie school teacher, and somehow I ended up marrying the most crazy, outgoing farmer in the world.
I believe we're all put on this earth to do something, and the farm, you definitely got to be put on this earth to do it because it doesn't make a lot of sense on paper.
I love that he knows his purpose and that he's known it all his life. This is our story.
He calls himself the bearded farmer, the 5-minute millionaire.
It's really, really cool though. So he says, one of the things he says lots of things. He always has the right thing to say, full of wisdom.
Yeah.
One of the things he says is that farming is the only job in the whole world that allows you to be a millionaire for 5 minutes.
Every year. Every year.
The next family that we want to introduce you to is Kara and Caleb Skinner at Rock House Farms. You really just can't help but love this family. Everything they do on social media just makes you happy. The kids are always happy, the pigs are always happy, and everything Kara cooks all the time just makes you drool.
They are an absolutely beautiful family, but they, without a doubt, probably have one of the hardest stories we've ever shared on Growing America.
We've done large-scale farming, but we decided for us that the best option was to step down to small scale and sell direct to the consumer.
we wanted to know where our food was coming from, and we felt like, a lot of other people wanted to know where their food was coming from as well, and there was a need, and we wanted to meet it.
It's not always butterflies and roses. It's not how life works.
I trust that God will protect my family, but, tragedies happen. There's nothing that we can do about it. And you can either, crawl up in a hole and die, or you can just keep living life until it's time to go to heaven.
King Solomon said it the best. I've been young and I've been old, but I've never seen the righteous forsaken.
This is our story.
And the fourth story is probably my favorite.
Why is that?
It's ours. So we've been traveling all over the country for over a decade, filming all of these stories with farmers and getting to know their families, and there is no better life.
No.
So we bought a farm.
We did. And basically it's raw ground. It was a hay farm, and we're going to be starting from scratch out there. But we have all these farmers we've met through the years that we can call on. And it's like a family. Everybody that we've filmed with and we've met over the years, they've all said, hey, call me, ask me questions. Maybe I can come down and help you.
And we have called and asked questions.
But we're going to have a lot more. This is going to be super fun. We're excited. We're going to be traveling the country, sharing farmer stories and our story, and Becca and Jared and Caleb and Cara and Sean and Stay.
Yeah.
It's really going to be an amazing time. So we're so grateful for you guys. We are Growing America.